Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome. Today is Sunday the 15th of September. Today is my one and only child's birthday. She'll be 32 today, so happy birthday, Courtney. I'll actually be seeing her later. It's the first time in a few years that she's actually been in the country. So, yeah, we're going for a meal later and with friends and family. So her friends and the family that live around here anyway. So I'm looking forward to that. Although to be fair, I'm still knackered from Friday night, which leads me into my Justsewsherrie. So my Justsewsherrie is a little bit of a 2-for-1. The first bit is the Justsewsherrie, but the second bit is just funny. One of our stitching girls, Sherrie, got married, and there was a few of us invited to the wedding party, which was fabulous, really, really lovely. And when I got there, I took my daughter as my +1 so that she could drive, because I wanted to be able to take some painkillers. And I don't like driving on the stronger painkillers. So she came with me as my +1. And we got there and we met Rachel Talking Dog had come out into the, what do you call it? Car park to meet us. So we'd met her and we went to walk in and there was like, obviously, I was going to say there was an entrance. There was an entrance, funnily enough. We went to walk in and this chap was coming the other way. A very tall chap. And we all now know, well, his name's Martin. He did introduce himself after he started undressing me. Yes, that happened. So he was like, oh, hello. So I went past. He said something about staying warm and I had like a scarf wrapped around my neck, because that's usually where you put your scarves. And I said something about, oh, my scarf will keep you warm or something. He went, oh, I like that scarf. And then he decided he was going to have it. So he starts stripping me of the scarf and puts it round his own neck and starts posing for me. And then he realises that the photographer just happened to be there. Yes, there's photographic evidence of this. And he decides he's going to pick me up. Have you seen? I mean, I'm not skinny anymore. I'm not a size 8 anymore. And it was that funny because he got me under my arms as if he was picking up a child. So he picked me up and you could see it was that funny because halfway up, you could see him going, looking at my eyes thinking, I'm thinking badly over my life choices right now. Anyway, so he picked me up and I'm like, what the hell? And I could see Rachel and Courtney just absolutely creased. And I could see Rachel going, it could only happen to your mum. It could only happen to your mum. So yes, and then he escorted me. Like he put his elbow out as you do. So I got escorted into the venue from this chap, Martin, who was, he was a character. Let's just say he was a character. Later that night, and I laughed at this. I wasn't even there, and it makes me laugh every time because cross stitch Jess here on Flosstube. She was, I don't know where she was going, but she was in. We were sitting outside. They had like these posh fires. So we were all sat around the table outside and she'd gone inside to do something. She was stood in the entrance or in one of the door frames coming in where the dancing place was. So basically there was the room where they had the band that Shelly had booked. And then there was like double doors that led into the outside space, which is where we were. And then there was double doors that led in from another room. So Jess was at the double doors that was leading into this dance space. And Jess was sort of stood and she says the next thing I see, I just saw the photographer running for his life, screaming, God, ah! She says, followed by 2 Tyrannosaurus Rexes. And yeah, there's Martin and his mate are dressed up with these huge dinosaur things, and they were having a great time in the dark. I can honestly say I have never seen dinosaurs at a wedding before, ever. This was a new one. But it was just it's like I just saw this man coming towards us, screaming for his life, being chased by 2 dinosaurs. So that was our experience of Martin. Yes, it was unforgettable, shall we say. Shelley's wedding will be unforgettable. But massive congratulations. She looked gorgeous. Really, really did. And a group of us girls together, stitched a wedding sampler for her and gave it to her. Each of us did a chunk of it so that it was completed by all of us, which, yeah, it was lovely. Where are we now then? I've had to write an agenda. I've started this a couple of times, but I just kept getting lost in things I wanted to say and hopping from this to that to the other. So I've got my agenda now. Let's hope we can kind of stick to the agenda. So what have I got? I have got no finishes. I haven't found September to show you yet. No idea where it's gone. So I've got no finishes. I've got no fully finishes. I have got 1 new start. And I've got quite a good pile of whips actually that I've worked on. Some Stitch Kindness. I've only got 2 gifts. Only 2. I have got... Oh! Yeah. I was about to say I have got gifts on the way. They were meant to be in my hot little hand from a certain talking dog who I saw on Friday. But said talking dog forgot to bring them. Come on, talking dog, sort your stuff out. I nearly swore. So you can imagine what I was going to say. So yes, I was meant to have them. So I should have them for this time next week. Which is my market, needlework marketplace. Is that what you call it? What do you call them? Patterns. And I think that is kind of it. So I haven't got anything else gift-wise to show you. So it'll be a nice quick one at the end. And slightly longer start. For reasons I will get into. So, my new start. One moment. So I wanted to grab the start that I was going to have. I was thinking about, I was toying with doing Princess Eliana. Now I've got all the threads for her. I don't know if I've got all the beads or not. I would need to check my bead stash because I'm looking at them, that's why I'm not looking at you. So I've got them all in here now, which is a setup I got from Samantha the Hugo Stitcher. So I can't remember now what I've got the beads for and what I haven't, so I would need to go through the beads and check. But I have got all the threads. I wasn't sure what fabric I was going to do it on, and I've ordered some from Willow Fabrics, but it hasn't arrived. And to be fair, I'd left it too late anyway. So that was what I was going to start. Why am I showing you it? Because I wanted it to be a big start. The reason I wanted a big start, if you like, is because it was my sober birthday on the 10th of September, and I was blessed enough to celebrate 12 years sobriety. Yeah, the hardest thing I have ever done and probably will ever do, but by far the most rewarding, without a shadow of a doubt. And it's, you know, it's frowned upon being an alcoholic. It's frowned upon. You know, the World Health Organization acknowledges it's an illness. You know, the jury is back in. It is an illness, and yes, it can be hereditary, which I fully believe, for my own reasons that I won't go into, but I fully believe that. But I think it's like anything. I don't think it matters how away you get it or how you develop it or anything like that. I think it's once you realise you're an alcoholic, it's up to you then to do something about it. Much like heart disease, diabetes, anything like that. If you're diagnosed with something and then you choose not to treat it, that's on you, you know. So yeah, I did finally accept it and admit it, and I sought help, and people gave me their help free of charge, willingly. And these people that gave me their help free of charge and willingly are just other drunks like me. You know, garden variety. And yeah, it's an incredible thing. I don't want to go too far into it because this isn't a meeting of somewhere where you would go to get well. But, and I know there are those among us who are also alcoholics, whether they're in recovery or not. And I know there are quite a few in recovery in the stitching community. And I know that because when I talked about it this time last year, because funny enough, my birthday was around the same time, people divulged it in the comments. You know, and I guarantee, we talk about in the stitching community that you're not alone. In the world of alcoholism, like I say, it can be something that is, it's talked about, it's you know, it's hidden. Let's not talk about it. Or they'll whisper it, oh, she's an alcoholic. You know, like, if you don't say it out loud, it's not really true. So, and I fully believe that we need to talk about this. We really need to talk about it. We need to reduce the stigma around it. And we need to get people well. And we need to get people to know that there is somewhere to go. If there is anybody out there who is either watching this now or who has friends or family who are suffering with alcoholism, you are not alone, I guarantee it. Please reach out to me, reach out to, I mean, you just need to Google it and the, you know, likes of AA will come up. And there is also something called Al-Anon, which is for friends and families who are suffering with alcoholism. And yeah, you're not alone. Whether you're the person suffering or whether you're somebody who's suffering because somebody you love is going through that, you are not alone, I guarantee it. So please reach out. Please, let's reduce the stigma. Let's talk about it, and let's hope that, and pray for more people, and know that they're sick people. You know, what does it we say? You know, are sick people trying to get well, not bad people trying to get good. So I think I've said quite enough on that subject. So for my sober stitch, I decided to start this in nature. Now, the way I got sober, and I need to try and say this, I don't know how I'm going to say this, you've got to have faith. You have got to have faith in something. Now, and I had this chat with Marlene, who's Stacey Nash's mum. Nothing to do with alcoholism. You see, there's me automatically going, no, don't think it of her, because it's not. And it's not. But we were talking about faith and religion. And I was saying, I don't think it matters what the end product is that you've got faith in. I don't, whether it's God or Allah or the universe, and it doesn't matter. I think the important thing is to have faith in something and to know that you're exactly where you're meant to be. So my faith that I put in getting sober is Mother Nature. And I used to quite often, I'm saying quite often, every week on Saturday afternoon, I would go down to the woods and I would say, I'm away to spend some time with me higher power. That's my church. Go walking in the woods. That's my religion. So when I saw this and it says, in nature my soul is home, this was what I wanted. Now, anybody who can remember the last one where I showed you the gifts that the talking dog had sent me, and she'd also included this, which was quite considerate. At that time I hadn't really decided what I was going to do, so it was just, we've decided we're witches together, me and Rachel. So one is my new start, the other one is a giveaway. I don't often do this at the beginning where I say there's a giveaway at the end and this is it. It will be at the end, but this is the giveaway. So it's something that is hugely, hugely close to my heart. So crack on with the stitching now. Now that I've done me alcoholism announcement. So this is as far as I am anyway. I am doing it with the DMC. However, I have changed the dragonfly's wing. I am doing it with Weeks Dye Works. Now, I can't find my glasses. Surprise, surprise. So I'm back to my stitching glasses. Violet by Weeks Dye Works. And it had some really lovely variegation in it. And that was what I wanted. I wanted, I don't know if you can see that there. The sun's come out, very lovely. So it's the same colour as what was meant to be. I think, was it this? No, it wasn't that. Must put it back. But it was the same colour, but this has got the variegation in it. So this is what I'm doing. And that is my new start. So I've took about 10 minutes of your time to show you that. But I hope you don't mind. I do hope you don't mind that I've taken some time to talk about it. It's something that is hugely important in my life. And I just keep thinking, even if me talking about it for 10 minutes gets one person to know that it's okay, then, then it's been worth it. So, I'll keep that to hand because I'm going to give that away, remember? Don't give mine away, give away the new one that Rachel sent. So let's get into whips. Let's get my whips out. And I still haven't got a proper picture for this. But it is the Historical Sampler Happy Halloween Sal. It is all now out. It is a lovely stitch. I can't praise this enough. It literally is the happiest stitch I think I've ever done for Halloween. It's lush. So I haven't done a huge bit more on this, but I have done some more. So I have done eek at the bottom and I've put these two little doodahs in. I've gone around with the black on all the, well, nearly around on all the boxes. I've done this one and I've done this one. I've finished the pumpkin in the middle and done the white, and you can see I've started on the Happy Halloween. And I think this is dead canny. Look at this. So this is the needle minder that you get with the gift box. And you know, if there wasn't an actual cat in that box to stitch, I would be tempted to leave it. Which got me thinking that actually I could do that with other things, like other stitches where there are needle minders that are really cool. If I'm not going to put them behind glass or anything like that, I could actually leave a needle minder in it. You know, instead of like a lot of people hook on charms and things like that. I just thought it might be quite nice. I just think that works really well. Maybe it's just me. I'm trying not to be, I'm sure it's not because I'm being lazy. Honest governor. Right, what have we got? Oh, we've got another talking dog. Now, it's quite funny. So I am doing Christmas rules with Rachel. She did do a new floss tube this week and she talked about it. Because I was teasing her, saying that it was a stitch alone I was doing. But anyway, she has done well. She's done really well. You should go over it. If you haven't watched her floss tube, please go over and do. But can't remember where she's. Oh, I think she's up to here. She's up to the bottom here. She's doing quite canny. But the reason I'm laughing is because on Friday night, Jess and her were sharing a room, and Jess pulled me to one side and said, "Oh, she didn't pull me to one side, but we were sat just talking, just me and Jess, and she went, 'Now I have to tell you, Rachel has brought her Christmas rules with her.'" Which made me laugh. I was like, "Yeah, bringing it and stitching it is two different things though, Jess." So she says, "Well, I thought I'd tell you that she's doing best." Which really made me laugh. So, yeah, what we've done is we've separated it into chunks so that it will be done for December the 1st. And this is where I am. I have finished up to almost, this is the end of September. How well am I doing? To be honest, I'm laughing about Rachel, but normally that would be me. And I was talking to Jess about this and I was saying, I don't know why this has stitched itself almost. I don't really know why. I'm assuming it's to do with the fabric, because for me, I've said this before, oh gosh, it starts and ends with the fabric. If I haven't got the fabric right, none of it will be right. And this has been done with two threads over two, and you know my struggle with the 2 thread, getting them to lie right. So this is lying really lovely because it's got a lovely open weave to it. And this is just a mystery linen. It's a 32 count mystery blue linen. So I am almost finished. Just got this little thing to do, and his nose and his eyes, and then I'm done with up to the end of September, which is a miracle. It is actually a miracle. I'm teasing Rachel, but it's the only stitch along I think I've ever caught up with properly, or kept up with properly was what I meant. So that is Christmas rules. I am not going to say it will be done by December the 1st, because that is just, what do you call it? jinxing it. Is that what you say? Is that the phrase? Yes. Speaking of Sal's, and our lovely Sally, flossysewsandgrows, and Lauren, Flossabilities, and Rachel, Talking Dog, we are doing a weary ride. We started this on the 1st of September. I don't think there's an end date, and to be fair, I haven't asked. I'm keeping up with one, Sal. That's enough. I think that's enough. Considering I still haven't done me Being Not a Dunce with Sarah. I need to get back on that. It's meant to be done by the 1st of October. I don't think it's going to happen. So, away we ride. And I am doing this on 36 count tin roof, I think it is. Sorry, I've lost one of the needles. One of the magnets off the needle minder. So this is as far as I am. Just trying to think. I think it was a very small. Was it a very small start I showed last time? Or have you seen it until I've gone to here? Anyway, what I've done recently that I can think of is I've started heading along here now. This isn't going to be very big. It looks it, doesn't it? But it's actually not. Where does it say the stitch count? It doesn't say. I'm assuming it will somewhere. Oh, it says design size, that's why I've missed it. 171 wide by 191 high. That sounds bigger. But anyway, it's not going to go very far. I've only got like another couple of these to go along here and I'm at the end. So it's not going to be very far. So I'm doing it 1/2 anyway. And that is what I'm doing. I'm itching to get into the colours, some more colours. But I need to get my border nailed. At least across. I usually go, well, you know me by now. I go across. I like to go across and I like to go down. And then once I've got me corners, I know I'm alright for me fabric. I mean, I know I am anyway because I do measure it. But I don't know if other people are like this. I just like to make sure that I haven't made an arse of it, of me measurement. Because if I did the whole thing all the way down, or all the way across, and I didn't have enough room, I think I would hate myself. Even more than when I lose things, especially things that I've finished, which is frustrating. Okay. Just pulled the blinds down there. Right, moving on. I'm still off work, which is why I've got quite a lot of progress on things. So I've got another week or two. So, oh, if only I had something to fill this sick time. If only. So the next one is Modern Folk Embroidery, the Rosebush Sampler. And I love this. I love it. Now, if I'd seen that, I would never have bought it in a million years. I would have been like, no. I'm sure it's nice, but no. But I saw it on, it was Jane and Julie stitching, or what is it, Running with Scissors, stitching with Jane and Julie. And I'm gutted. and so is Carol Saltbox, that they're not doing Flosstubes anymore. But I saw Jane doing this, and and I mean, look at it, look at it, look at it. I put it on Instagram yesterday that I was working on the rows in the middle, and I have actually got that finished. So there we are. Isn't it beautiful? That rose. Oh, I've fallen in love with it all over again. I mean, I saw it on Jane's, and every time she brought it out with her progress, I just fell in love. And yesterday, doing this, my heart was literally singing. I was sitting in the garden, the sun was shining, another sunny September. I've had quite a few sunny September days, and I think it's meant to be nice again today, I hope. It was warm in the garden. I was just sat stitching this. To be fair, I was listening to a podcast about somebody Macy, a serial killer. So that tells us what I'm sitting idyllic, the garden, the sun is shining. You know, I'm doing a sweet rose, listening to all this serial killer stuff, as you do. But yeah, I had a lovely afternoon yesterday. So, and now that that's in, this is going to be very, very easy to stitch on. You know, when you see something and you think, oh yes. Now what I do, Sarah, not enough whip bags. In the beginning, I didn't like vinyl front bags because I thought, I don't want to see everything shoved inside. I want to see pretty fabric. But then I realised, this is what I do. I always put my stitching, and I always put it with the bit that I want to see that will make me want to pick it up. So now that I'm looking at that, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do some more on that. Oh, need the threads. Don't lose the thread, Sherrie. Just lose the stitching. Next one, and I love this. Brenda Gervais. I love fall most of all. And this was gifted to me by Rhonda. Sorry, I'm trying to. I pulled the blind down, but it's still getting a lot of glare. And this is coming out beautifully as well. I didn't even see what I was doing that on the rose bush. I'm doing it on 36 count parchment by Weeks. And this is where I am. This is gorgeous. I know in the UK it is a nightmare to get Brenda Gervais patterns. I've seen a new one. Is it Ghoul something? Ghoul, and there's two of our new ones I really want. And Country Sampler, I think, deliver abroad, so I think. But this is beautiful. If you can get your hands on Brenda Gervais in the UK, I'd highly recommend this. This is gorgeous. And I'm doing this with all of the called for they don't look great, do they? There, that's a bit better. You can see them. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm doing this on 36 count Winter Moon, 1/2. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'd like to have it done because I've got, I know I showed you, I'll show you them while I'm here. I've got this to do next. And I'm going to show you this now. I can't remember the lady's name, but she was not happy that I showed her this because she fell down another rabbit hole. Sorry about that. It was autumn stitching notes. No, we'll call it stitching notes. This is autumn notes. It's because I've got stitching notes as well. So I thought I would give you, because I haven't actually seen this anywhere else, to be fair. So this is Autumn Notes by Shepherd's Bush. And it's a fairly little one. It is 49 by 76. So it's a nice little autumn stitch if anybody's in the market to buy a small autumn stitch. Okay, now this one is one of my 24 and 24, which is my monthly Quaker. And this is October that I'm doing. Have a look at that, because that's not what mine looks like. I decided to change two of the colours. And then when I got to the third colour, I thought, I'm going to change the third one as well, and I shall tell you why. So I changed the green and the red to more sort of muted colours. I'm saying more muted. I can't remember. I think the red was like a pinky red. Anyway, I changed it. I changed the green and the red to colours that I preferred. And the third colour was meant to be that. Yeah, the third colour was meant to be that, the peach. And I was like, oh, that's fine, that's fine. But anyway, as I was stitching, sorry, I've got an itchy eye. But I've got mascara on, so I don't want to just rub my eye. I'll show you it very quickly because I'll show you this teeny bit. So it's printed out in colour, and the third colour, the peachy bit, is designated by a yellow. So obviously I'm looking at this pattern, and I went to pick up the third colour and thought, well, that's not yellow, it's peach. So I have changed it to a yellow. I've substituted it for 729. And I could be wrong. I think this is one of the colours, Primrose Cottage Stitches, the bee colours. I think that's one of theirs. So this is how far I am on it. So I've got a good bit of progress done since you last saw it. When you last saw it, I had done this little corner and I'd done half of this. So basically I've finished all of this motif. I've done the little yellow one, and this is the green that I've changed. And I did put this on Instagram, so you may well have already seen it. But I really enjoyed it. I picked this up the other day and I thoroughly enjoyed stitching on it. And it was Friday. You know, I talk about you stitch your thoughts. So this motif, this one, and these little in the middle, these will be Shelley's wedding. Every time I look at them, I'll think of Shelley's wedding, because it was on Friday before we went to our wedding that I was stitching this. So whenever I look at it, Shelley's wedding will be on there, or it will be in there, I should say. I'd love to know the psychology behind that. I'm going to have to get friendly with stitching. X-Stitch MD, Shiloh. I'm sure she knows all these things. She's like a real doctor. Next one that I picked up yesterday. And I did this sitting in the garden before I started on, what do you call it, the rosebush sampler. So I haven't done a huge amount more on it, but I have done some more. So I've finished this second swirl and come back down, and I've done, I think I had done that one. So I've come down here and I've started plotting in the darker orange all the way across there. I think this is going to be fabulous. And I got this from Hawkins Hobbies, I think. And obviously it's done on the perforated paper that is included. That took a while. That word didn't want to come out there. And I forgot to show you this the last time. Look at my frost drops, my floss drops that I'm using. Sally, flossysewsandgrows, and she gave me these at. I keep seeing things. Are they? I don't know what they are. Are they orbs or dust or something? Or am I just seeing things? She gave me them at the Big Stitch. So Sally, you are my pumpkin holder. You are my pumpkin thread holder, which makes me happy. I just like things that make me happy. Next, oh, where's that come from? I think it's a shepherd's bush. Do you think? I could be. Oh, unless it's off that pumpkin thing. Because it's a Mill Hill. It does say Mill Hill. It must be off the pumpkin. It is. It's off the pumpkin. Thanks for your help, guys. Thanks. I mean, I'm not saying I'm that I easily lose things, but you know, maybe I easily lose things. Sarah Fletcher, which is the one that I am doing for my friend Patty's birthday. And this, I am loving it. I love the threads and the fabric and everything. But the patterns, drive me insane. You've got like a tiny little strip on each page. So trying to match all the patterns together, I've printed it. I printed a copy so that I can, and I might end up reprinting some of it. I tried to do it cleverly. So I printed double-sided. So I tried not to use too much paper because there is literally 10 pages, I think, for that. So I can't put them together and stick them because I've got one on one side and one on the other. It's just been, I've just found it really, really, really difficult to get the pattern to where I can see what I'm doing. So it's very slow progress, put it that way, is what I'm trying to say. It's a lot slower than what I would like it to be. So what have I done? I've started coming down here with these little doofers on here. I have done all around here, and yes, I've done a little bit of a too far over, but like I say, the pattern, I'm not fighting with the pattern anymore. It is what it is. And I have done this little motif. So I've spent more time on it than it looks. Just frustrating, the pattern. So I think I'm going to end up printing it all out properly and sticking it together because it's just driving me bananas. But it's lovely. Really, really, really lovely. And this has been done with, so it's been done with a Verissoir 103s on 36 count winter moon 1/2. It is very prim looking. I don't know if you can see. It doesn't look that in the camera. but it's beautiful. It really is lovely. Really, really, really lovely. So that is Sarah Fletcher. And I've got a mini finish, not a real finish, but a mini finish. And it is my OwlForest embroidery patchwork calendar. And I was down here on this Foxy Loxy. And I finished said Foxy Loxy. And I have started November. Look at that bird. Look at that birdie. The variegation in that. It is spectacular. There's some good variegation in all of them. This one's lovely. It's much brighter than it's coming out on camera. And that is where we are. Second last one. I can remember being on the first one. I hope you can't hear my tummy rumbling. I'm not hungry, or I don't feel hungry. Maybe my body disagrees. And I'm doing that on 40 count ballet slippers, 1/2 with the called for OwlForest embroidery. I can never seem to say that. I want to say OwlForest. Oil. That's like Irish, isn't it? OwlForest. OwlForest I. Soph. Who I think I mentioned it in my last Flosstube that you should definitely go and watch it. And you should. She's lovely. Oh, I've got me Sarah Fletcher hanging around, ready to be lost. What was I? Oh yeah, so I was trying to, and I was saying to my daughter Courtney, I was saying, oh, she used to be. I got the word wrong. I told her she used to be an emu. Apparently it's emo. I thought it was emu, and that was why I said emu by mistake. So she didn't used to be an emu. She used to be an emo. So I picked this up as well. Hello from Liz Matthews. Quaker snowflakes. Because when I did my whip parade, I was reminded of how bloody gorgeous it was. And I have chosen to do it on Lyrebird Dell, 36 count, I think it says. Isn't that stunning? Not so much talking about me stitching, but the white on the fabric is absolutely, it's a wow factor. So what have I done? I think I finished this one. Did I finish this? I would need to check me whip parade. But I've certainly done this one, and I've started moving down here. No, I'm sure I finished this. It wasn't quite finished. So that's as far as I got with it. 1/2 with. Am I just using white? I don't know what I'm using, but there's plenty of it. So I don't know whether it's Blanc. I think it's what's it called? Is it B5200? I think it might be that. I'm not sure. But I've got plenty of it. which is a good thing because I'm not entirely sure which one it is. So that's as much as I've done. Really chuffed with that. I keep forgetting how glorious it is, and I need to keep doing, even if I just do a little bit, because what happens is when I get it out to show you, I fall in love with it again, think, yeah, I'm going to do some more on that. So I need to keep getting it out to show you, which means I need to do even just a little doofer, a little thing. And I love this. I think this is a Sarah bag. Pretty sure. And this one was sent to me by my wonderful dear friend Alison, who, God love her, she's just texted me this morning, 6:30. Was it 6:20? Something like that. Are you alright? I didn't do a floss tube yesterday. I was like, yeah, I'm alright. I was just not fit for man beast yesterday. I was wrecked. So, but isn't it lovely to have friends who care? And it just made my heart warm. I was like, oh, isn't that lovely? Just checking in. Are you alright? How are you doing? And she sent me this. She sent me Evelyn's I, which is like, no, last week. Or was it during my whip parade? Whenever it was. I was rattling on about, don't know who did it. It was Cruel Goblin, or Hobby House Press, or, you know, just making a general arse of what I was trying to say. So it is by Needlework Press, I should say, but the company is Cruel Goblin. One of these days, you know, I'll learn how to say things properly. Yeah, Cruel Goblin Needlecraft is the company, as in the stitchery. So this is Evelyn's I. I've done the pin pocket. Say that after you've had a drink. I won't, but you can. And I'm now onto the little sampler, which is bloody gorgeous. I've done quite a bit on this. So I am doing it on. Oh! Oh. Sorry about that. I picked up the needle minder and the needle went right into me finger. That was a bit sore. Okay, this is Evelyn's here, and I have done, I think I was towards the end of this alphabet when you last saw it. So I finished it off this row, and then I've done the next row and I've started on the pattern. There's much more to do. Oh, there's still quite a bit to do. So I'm doing this on 36 count summer khaki, and I'm using the MPIs on one of my homemade floss drops. So yeah, MPI silks, which is beautiful. I'm loving this. Love it, love it, love it. I love a red stitch. I love a red stitch. Just trying to think there, trying being the key word in the sentence, who had influenced me to have a red stitch, and I think it was just from the sampler weekend I went to, I think, retreat I should say. And we're at the last one, guys, last one, and this has been my heart stitch this week. For reasons that should be fairly clear. So Gaia, the earth goddess, Mother Nature. Let me make friends with Mother Nature again. So, what does it say? I'm going to read it out because I'd never noticed this before. Known for her absolute control over nature and plants, life springs as Gaia passes by. She is the very soul of the earth, the ancestral mother of all life, nurturing, loving, caring. So, I got Gaia back out. And I did a relatively good amount on her. Oh, let me take these glasses off so I can see. So, I have done, I'm still ignoring her face and her hair. So I have put some more in down here. So I've put some creams in down here and the whites. I've put some more Krynic in. I think I've done this little bit maybe. So I've finished off the Krynic of this bit and then I've done this one. And then I've moved back up to here. I've put the Krynic in around here and around here. And I have come down here with the light, what's it called? I think it calls it light, or off-white, something like that. And then I've moved all the way down here. You can't see it very well because it's on the colour fabric, but once it's enclosed, you'll be able to see it. So I have done a good chunk. I'm pleased with the progress. So I've basically done this bit and this bit. So I am pleased. Need to keep her in my rotation, definitely. And I am doing this on, it's a fabric flare called Daffodil, 32 count, with all of the called for DMCs. And that, lads and lasses, is all of my stitching, which I think I've done quite well this week. I'm quite pleased with the progress that I've made. I think I've stitched on everything that I wanted to stitch on. So we will see how next week goes. Yeah, we will see how next week goes. So, moving on, Stitchy Kindness. I don't have it because it has gone to a new home, but the wonderful Rebecca sent me some Garden Gate. What, you see, did you see that? I think I'm seeing things, and my stomach appears to agree. Sorry. Yes, the wonderful Rebecca sent me some Garden Gate. So I ended up with a couple of Garden Gates because I didn't realise other people were sending. So Garden Gate is like gold dust in this country at the moment. Nobody can get a hold of it. Not even Gentle Arts. I've just got it in because Rachel's tried ordering it from them. So, and it's needed for our Away We Stitch. I forgot to say that the hashtag. I'll try and remember to put it in as a title at the bit that I talk about Away We Ride. Yes. So nobody has it. Sally doesn't have it. Rachel didn't have it. So I've given Rachel some. So she is hugely, hugely grateful. Like ridiculously. Oh my God, I can't believe I've got my hands on some of this. So Rebecca, a massive, massive, massive thank you. Very, very, very grateful. Gifts. I have got 2, but I will need to show you them on my phone because I haven't printed them out. I got this. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, there. Fall is my favourite colour. And this is from Chris, the Camping Stitcher. And that's a really lovely little stitch. And this, she's just released this. Friends are the... What does it say? Friends are the sweetest treasures in life. And this is another red stitch. And we've established I like me red stitches now. I feel like doing this with a variegated. I might do this with that. Oh no, it's not that. That one. I think that would go well. That's sulky. I know it's not red, but I do think it would go well. I'm definitely going to do it with a variegated, put it that way. Yeah. So that's all I bought, as I'm still waiting for me needlework market, or needle, yeah. My gifts of the talking dog. I'm still waiting for those. I might have made an order from 123 Stitch as well. And I might have that fabric coming from Willow Crafts. And I could tell you that I might have some more coming from Cedar Linen. Cedar River Linen. So I'm not being as quiet as it looks on the shopping front. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for them coming in. I'm waiting for all me acquired goods to reach the final destination. So we have got a giveaway and a re-giveaway. The re-giveaway is Michelle, Mama Loves You GB, for my 3k subscriber giveaway. To be fair, I'm nearly at 3.5 now. I don't know how that's happened. It's like bonkers. But for me 3,000 giveaway. Right, Sherrie, come on. Have a word with yourself. Words, you can do this. You can do this. For my 3,000 subscriber celebration, Michelle very kindly gifted a pattern from her shop as a giveaway. I hope I said that right. Unfortunately, the person who won didn't claim it, so I am re-giving it away. So, and it's basically any pattern from Michelle's shop is the giveaway. And what shall we have as the my brain appears to have shot down. Yeah, could have been shot down. It appears to have shut down as well. What word will we have? I will just use the same word because my brain's not functioning anymore. So we'll just use Mama again. So MOMMA. This will only be, I think it'll only be a week. I hope it'll only be a week. Basically, I will pull this before my next floss tube. So whether that's a week or a fortnight, because I'm going away, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But yeah, if it'll be whenever. It'll be if there's another floss tube up by now, then I'll have pulled it. So Mama, Momma, and the second one is the one that Rachel gifted me from, well, gifted you from the online token dog stitchery. And for this one, we will use the word faith. So, in nature, my soul is home. We will use the word faith. I love this. It makes my heart, and it makes me remember 12 years of people helping me get well and stay well. There was something else I was about to say as well. So, forward plans. I'm just going to continue. I've got next week off as well, off work. The doctor said 2 weeks and then possibly another 2 weeks. So we will see. But next week I am going away now. I knew I should have brought my trumpet. I've just remembered a conversation we had on Friday evening with my daughter, telling me when she was in Singapore, she went to see somebody in that trumpet, and it was that kind of a trumpet. Which, sorry, I've just like gone back into my, oh my God, that happened. Yes, that did happen. So, yes, celebration. The turtle. I'm sure you all know the turtle by now. Sophie from Pink Scissors Fabric and Turtle Based Stitches is making her shop her own. So she bought it about 6 months ago, Pink Scissors Fabric, but she's brought her loves together, her sewing and fabric love with her stitching love, and she is going to be rebranding as Turtle Bay Textiles. She is having a relaunch day on the 21st. Let me check if that's a Saturday. It's the right date. Yes, 21st of September. If you are near or around or can get to or within driving distance of Bridgend in South Wales on Saturday the 21st, please come along. I know she's got like some workshops and things on, so she's going to be on hand to help teach, and she'll have discounts on and offers, and you might see 1 or 2 familiar faces. I might be going, so if you are there, I will see you there. So yeah, massive. I was going to say good luck to Sophie in a new venture, but she doesn't need it. She's gonna boss this, but she can't do it alone. Remember, she is not alone. We need to support her, and keep our, what's the word? Like keep our retail. Yeah, our shops alive. Our local shops alive, I think is what I'm trying to say. Badly. So yes, I am going away next week to Bridgend. I'm staying there for a week. So I've booked a cottage. I will be taking lots of my whips. I may do a floss tube from there, or I may not. Now, I was gonna, when I went to Cornwall in May, I had great plans to do my floss tube from there, and I didn't. I just thought, no, I'm gonna take it as a holiday. So I may be back next weekend or not. The other thing that occurred to me is that I could have done it on Thursday before I go, and then just sort of release it on the Saturday morning. Alternatively, I may just down tools and not do anything. So if you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't, kind of thing. I will have a little bit of a digital switch off while I'm there. I usually try and when I'm away, I kind of go back into old-fashioned times, you know, when nobody could get a hold of you when you were on holiday. You know, we weren't at beck and call every minute of every hour of every day, where you had to rely on the newspapers coming. Like, yes, you would only ever get yesterday's newspaper. So yeah, I try and do that as much as I can. I try and have a digi switch off. So I'll probably not be very active on Instagram. Not that I come and go on Instagram, you'll have noticed. I come and go. There's some days I can like get right into it and I post every day. And then I go into that, oh God, you haven't got anything to show, oh God. You know the inside chatter, the internal chatter that says, no one's interested in your stuff, it's rubbish, you know, I go into that. And then I think, yeah, I've got followers, I better put something on. And then when it's quite well received, I think, all right, I'll put something more. So I tend to go through that up and down of troughs. So you might see posts every day for 5 days and then nothing for a fortnight. But that's just how I do it. Yes, I think that is about it. So this week I am going to finish with a prayer. I'm going to finish with a prayer that is, I was going to say close to my heart, but it keeps me right-sized, and it's a prayer that I have said every single day for the last 12 years. So yeah, I'm going to say it how I say it, the beginning part I should say, and then the actual prayer. So if you would like to join in, using the word God as you do or do not understand it. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Bye for now.